stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they wanna bring us down, they wanna see us win. They wanna kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? I know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. So can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? Know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. Can I live? KKK. Land of the good smokers, home of the slaves. And I'm just trying to be great. Tell me, how can I live with this drama every day? I'm a light, I'm a beam in this darkness. It seems that real life is a nightmare. Can I live my dreams on this earth? Since I was young, I realized I had a destiny. Bigger than the fiction that's disguised as what was best for me. Better than the hate and all the lies that lead to death of me. As a racist, keep been hypnotized since elementary. Thought it was my skin, but studied something that was new to me. They hate me because of what my ancient ancestors used to be. Healers, teachers, deities, not all of them were kings and queens. Our nature was natural, not supernatural. Now they call it magic and voodoo, that shit ain't practical. All the rules connected, always want to learn the pattern, no. Don't let the shit go over your head. Same snakes up in the garden, but the skin just shed. They'll always try to convince you that it's all in your head. Just know you gotta be ready before you hit your bed. I stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they wanna bring us down, they don't wanna see us win. Trying to kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? I know the hate is deeper than the color of my skin. Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Tell me, can I live? I know the hate is deeper than the color of my skin. Can I live? They say my rhymes cause too much excitement. Ride incitement, shit, well there's no indictments when my kinfolk get murdered by white men. Dark skin, light skin, divided and blinded. So we beef with each other, our brothers, rather than fight them. Fuck all that silence, it's time to get shit ignited. I ain't my way, no nigga. I ain't taking shit from no tars. And ain't no motherfucking nation got freedom from marching, begging for portions. Niggas ain't signing no portions. Big payback. You crackers got red in your margins. Why? They broke every tree, slaughtered the buffalo, and then they set fire to teepees. They called their face the mountains, but we go to jail for graffiti. We fought for this country, they gave us syphilis to skeezy. We been getting robbed, yeah, we're the ones who stay behind bars. They take all our money, but they ain't wanna give us no jobs. We're supposed to make it, but we stay defying the odds. It's like we really only living off the grace of our God. Can I live without getting harassed by the Sarge? Can I live without getting slammed in my car? Can I live long enough to raise my kids? Can I live long enough to see justice? No, can I live without getting harassed by the Sarge? Can I live without getting slammed on my car? Can I live long enough to raise my kids? Can I live long enough to see justice? I stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they wanna bring us down, they don't wanna see us win. They wanna kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? I know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. So can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? Know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. Can I live?
Ready? I'm going. Most High Christ. Shalom, Israel. Once again, this is, as always, ISUPK Res, ISUPK Reservations, here to give the truth to also called North American Indians, Hispanics, and Black people here in the Americas, as we've always done in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, to teach so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians their true culture and their heritage, and who they are according to history, according to the Bible, according to their true history that's been stolen from them, man.
That's right.
So what we here today, we got a lot going on. in so-called indigenous community, the so-called North American Indian community, Native American community, red community, whatever you want to call it. There's been a lot going on these past few weeks. Past few weeks, they've been finding multiple bodies upon boarding schools, under boarding schools where boarding schools used to be. Now, this should be no surprise.
Right.
If you know the history of our oppressor and how much of a damn beast and a demon he is, you wouldn't be surprised to find bodies under these boarding schools.
Right.
But because we all got some factuation with him, we think, he can't do nothing wrong. He didn't mean to send us in the Trail of Tears, my God. He didn't mean to come here with Christopher Columbus and damn near slaughtered us to extinction. That's who they used to be.
Right.
They're not really that bad. It was just, people doing their jobs, that's all.
That's it.
But they, that's not what they said, man. That's how they act. And because I believed it when they told me they started off with 100 bodies, I think it was. About 130 bodies of children they found underneath the first boarding school. I heard it, I was not surprised. I was like, what, y'all think this is something new?
Right.
And we said it here in the school first. We said it here in the ISUPK. Y'all going to find more bodies. You go on to more boarding school. That's why more people wanted more discovery, more, so they wanted to do like sonar, echo sonar under the dirt so they can see if there's more bodies underneath.
Right.
The Vatican, the Catholic Church said no. They said no. They said, y'all can't do that. Y'all not going to do that. Not only did they say y'all couldn't do that, they put their hands up. They said, we had nothing to do with this. We established these boarding schools. We established these missionary schools. We established all of this to take away a culture, but we had nothing to do with that.
Right.
We had nothing to do with all these children being molested.
Right.
We had nothing to do with all these children being broken down and beaten, having the culture beat out of them, having their hair cut. We ain't do that. All them kids that were killed and put underneath the school, we didn't have nothing to do with that.
Right.
And that's the reason the reservation is in the condition it is.
That's right.
But thanks to the ISUPK on the commanding journey, Yahano.
That's right.
We're here to teach the North American Indian, the Black and the Hispanic, their culture once again that's been stolen from them. And we're here to teach them the true resistance. Everybody wants to go against the machine,
right?
So to say. Everybody wants to stand against America. Now it's like something popular. It's like a trend now, man, to go against the American empire. But we did it first.
Damn
and
right.
we here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we're going to teach you how to do the same as well as a so-called Black, Hispanic, and North American Indian. Because many have tried. Many have tried. Black Panthers, the Brown Berets, the Native American Indian movement, the Warrior Society, all these brothers, they and it's honorable. We could give them brothers honor for what they did, what they tried to do.
Right.
They saw the oppression. They saw the destruction of their people, and they wanted to do something about it. But here's the problem at the end of the day. None of them were ordained to do it.
That's right.
None of them were meant to do it. And how where are they nowadays? The Black Panthers, the Brown Berets, and the Native American Indian movement, they're still around.
Right.
But they ain't dealing with the drug abuse on the reservations. They're not dealing with the child molestation. They're not dealing with all these different things. They only show up when it's time to get shot. They only show up when the people are riled up. The ISUPK, we've been here 24/7 since 1969, here to help the so-called Black, Hispanic, and North American Indian. If you could, grab me Ecclesiastes 7 verse 7. Because we're going to get to the root of this, man. Obviously, what has been done to us here in America, like we go over plenty of times, is no mystery. This is prophecy. They've been prophesied in the Bible to happen. The Bible prophesied all this destruction, all the murdering, the stealing of our children, the raping of our women. Everything that has happened to the North American here in America was prophesied in the Bible, man. They don't want to accept that, but that's the truth about it. Why? Because the Bible is the book of the North American Indian. It's the book that was stolen from you. And Christopher Columbus knew that. All the Spaniards that came here knew that. That's why they had to beat your culture out of you. That's why they had to cut your braids. That's why they had to teach you Spanish. That's why they had to teach you English. They had to teach you French. That's why they set up missionary schools. That's why they set up the boarding schools. Why? So you could never have a chance to come back to your heritage. Right. So you could never have a glimpse in the past. That's a problem. It's a crime to do that. That's identity theft right there. Imagine beating someone and taking their identity from them where they don't, and now they're so beaten down, they don't even give a damn if they got their identity.
Right.
They don't give a damn about who they are. And that's the problem with Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. We deal with low self-esteem. The North American Indians are number one in America to die by suicide and depression. Why? Because we have no self-esteem. How are you going to have self-esteem when everywhere you go, you are called a savage? How are you going to have self-esteem when you go into the public school system and they say, well, manifest destiny had to happen? There would be no America if Christopher Columbus ain't come over here and slaughter your people. That's basically what they teach. What? Who they look up to in high school? George Washington, Abe Lincoln, what's the other one? Thomas Jefferson, Samuel Adams. All of these are the murderers of the so-called North American Indian. Ulysses S. Grant. These are the heroes. These are the American heroes, the founding fathers. These are the ones we all supposed to look up to. But yet they're the ones with the most blood of the North American Indian on their hands. The most blood of the black man. The most blood of the Hispanic man. So now you're going to the school system. You're just living your life trying to make something of yourself. And you're told all these people that we look up to. The reason we look up to them is because they murdered you. Because they slaughtered you. Because they put your people in slavery. And that destroys a man. That destroys a people. That destroys an entire nation. And that's what the problem is with the North American Indians on the reservation. We are a destroyed people. We are people that have nothing. We don't even got hope on the damn reservation, man.
That's right.
We're so beaten down and destroyed. Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. Wow, what you going through, what you suffering through, is nothing that hasn't been done before. If you could, actually, I just forgot. Grab me the article. I want to touch on the article first.
Oh, kind of one kind.
Because we got an article about what they recently did on some Native American land up north in Canada. They burned some churches to the ground. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's some right stuff, you know what I mean? But you should not go out and burn down the church. I pray we understand. Now, this is what we got to get into. This is the topic. This is not the way you're going to battle Christianity. It's not the way you're going to battle Catholicism. This is not the way you're going to battle all these false religions and ideologies that have been bestowed upon our people. Because that's what? You can still burn the church. You can burn the church down. You can burn every single one. But in the mindset of millions of North American Indians, you can't burn that image of white Jesus out their head.
That's right.
That's the point.
They're
still slaves. You could take the chains off, but if he ain't running nowhere, what's the point of it? He still wants to be a slave. He wants to be domesticated.
Yep.
That's the point. You as an indigenous person here in America, you as a so-called North American Indian, so-called Hispanic, so-called Latino, wherever you are, you have to battle the image of white supremacy. You ain't going to free your people by burning down churches. You know what I mean?
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
If I may.
Go ahead.
I was going to wait till earlier, but what you're saying is so on point with what I've read right here.
Go ahead.
And if I could, now for brothers and sisters that have never heard of this book right here, I don't know if we can see it. I'm trying to hold my, let me get my page. Right there, page 9. All right, go ahead, sir. This book right here is it's a very, very, very powerful book to read. So you can see it. Come on, Salaki, so let me see here. Yeah, I think we can see it. I think they can see it. It's called A Short Account of the Destruction of the Indies by Bartholomew de las Casas. Okay? This book right here gives a first-hand account of when Columbus came over to America. And I have to bring this out because I was a Kayashi, you're on fire, sir. This is got my spirit up.
Most High Christ.
So this is on page 9, first paragraph. And I'm gonna start here and then I'm gonna jump down. As for the continent, now the continent they're speaking about, of course, is America. Okay? As for the continent, 'tis certain, and what I myself know to be true, that the Spaniards have ruined 10 kingdoms.
Have what?
Have ruined 10 kingdoms.
Now, what's so heavy about that, Maya? Why you emphasize the 10 kingdoms? I'm gonna let Maya break it. You gonna break it down? I want him to break this down because he knows why. Why emphasize so strongly 10 kingdoms?
Now, this devil right here emphasized 10 kingdoms because he knew, just like like Columbus knew, just like the Pilgrims knew, just like every European nation that ever came over to this country knew.
Like the church knew.
Like the church knew, and like the church knows, the Christian, especially the Catholic Church knows to this day.
Right.
that the people they came over here into the Americas and slaughtered and conquered was the northern kingdom of the nation of Israel. The lost 10 tribes of Israel, the ones that left the continent during the Assyrian captivity and came to Assyria, the land afar that no man had ever lived on, and established themselves here. All right? They knew that who they were coming in. They knew when they came over here, and Columbus ran into a sister and brothers that spoke Hebrew.
Right.
You know, everywhere they went, they saw shields of David. They saw fringes on borders of blue. They saw the Sabbath being observed. They saw the Passover being observed. The Feast of Feast of First Fruits. They saw all of these things being observed by these so-called indigenous savage people.
Right.
They knew that these were the children of Israel.
And not only that, if I could just add on to what you said, like Columbus said in his diary, he said in his diary that there's not a greater nation.
Right.
There was no greater people than this. They had to be made into slaves. Why do you think he said that? Why do you think he would even put that, say that in the words or put that in the history books? Why? Because he knew manifest destiny. If he didn't enslave the North American Indians, if he didn't enslave the black man, the Hispanic man, the North American Indian, all of us as a people, if he didn't enslave us and take our culture away, we would run over him.
That's right.
They would have died off. We are the majority here, united as one people against one devil. We would have been stronger than ever. That's why he had to wipe damn near all of us out. Go ahead, man.
As for the continent, 'tis certain, and what I myself know to be true, that the Spaniards have ruined 10 kingdoms there, bigger than all Spain, by the commission of all sorts of barbarity and unheard of cruelties. They have driven away or killed all the inhabitants, so that all these kingdoms are desolate to this day, and reduced to a most deplorable condition, though this was formerly the best peopled country in the world.
The best what?
The best peopled country in the world.
The best what?
The best peopled country in the world.
Why is that said, man? Because there is no greater people than the North American Indian.
Goddamn right.
We are not savages.
That's right.
We were made savages.
That's right.
We were made savages when they forced us to wear a cross.
That's right.
We were made savages when they forced us to take off our clothing and put on theirs.
Right.
We was made savages when they cut our hair, man. That's when they made us savages. When they put drugs in our reservations, that's when they made us savages. That's why what Mayah bringing out is so heavy. Why? Because they knew it, man.
That's
they
right.
knew they had to destroy us. That's why the reservations is the way they are. That's why the barrios are the way they are. That's why the ghettos are the way they are. And that's why all these people that are going through the same thing. Me and Mayah was just talking about before it, the black and the Native American Indian. We're going through the same thing. We're going through the same struggle.
That's right.
But never will we look at each other and say, man, that black man over there, he going through it.
Right.
Or damn, that black man, he very similar to me.
Right.
And we see a lot of things eye to eye. We should team up. They never think that. Why? Because we're so destroyed. It's an old thing called divide and conquer. Shameless plug. Shameless plug if I could, man. Shameless plug. That's why the lecture we're about to have with me and my brother, my man, the man, priest and officer of 1000 Thabawan, Bon Gad, my Native American brother all the way out from California, going to be coming down here and teaching a powerful lecture with me called about how colonization divided blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians.
That's right.
And the reason why it's so heavy, because what Mayad is saying is so powerful. There was no greater people than the blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. There still is no greater people.
Damn right.
No one can compare to us. Even now that we're destroyed, even now that we're strung out on drugs, even now that we're in poverty, every other nation wants to be like us. Every other nation wants your woman. Every other nation wants you to look like you, to speak like you, to act like you, to walk and talk like you. Why do you think every single white person talking about something? Yeah, I'm 1% Cherokee.
Right.
Man, I'm 2% Apache. You ain't know that? Yeah, I'm 1/18th, 16th of a nickel. Like, you know what I mean? They do that. Why? Because they want to be a North American Indian so bad. They look at you and they're like, man, you so majestic. Anything you do, they're like, man, look at him drink water over there.
Right.
Damn. That's wow. They look at you just going to order some food. They're like, damn, look at him. He even ordered food indigenously. Wow, he looks so powerful. You just standing there, minding your own business, waiting for the bus. They look, it's an Indian. I know because it happens to me. They come up to me. They're like, are you an Indian? Oh my God. That's so amazing. You know the amount of times I've been offered, they offered to take a picture with, can we take a picture? I'm like, God damn, that was, you want to know why? Because it's such a, what's the word I'm looking for, man?
Rarity.
It's a rarity to see the North American Indian. They thought they killed you out.
Right.
They thought they wiped you off the face of the earth. So for them to see you, they're like, what? Oh, you still around? Oh, I gotta get this. I gotta capture this. It's like seeing an animal across the road. Like, oh wow, look, take a picture. Go ahead,
Khan. They have driven. Oh, I read. They killed the best. All right. We dare assert, without fear of incurring the reproach of exaggerating, that in the space of those 40 years in which the Spaniards exercised their intolerable tyranny on this new world.
They exercised their what?
Intolerable tyranny.
You gotta realize this, man. When Columbus came over here, when the Spaniards came over here, when the French came over here, the indigenous people of the Americas did not greet them with arms.
Right.
North American Indians, the Hispanics, we did not go to war against them. We didn't fight them. By the contrary, we trusted them.
Right.
And that was our problem. We wanted to trade with them. We wanted to treat them right. And that was our downfall.
Right.
We wanted to accept them into our house. Like what? Like the scriptures say. He came to us with words smooth as butter. But yet they drawed swords, man. Yet we greeted them and we sat with them. There wouldn't be no America if we didn't do that.
That's right.
There wouldn't be no America if we didn't teach them how to survive in this land. And how they treat us back, they threw us on the reservations. They threw heroin in our reservations.
Right.
They're stealing our sisters to this day
Right.
on the North American Indian Reservation. They have no love for us as a people. And still you're going to celebrate the 4th of July.
Right.
Still you're going to celebrate Christmas,
Right.
Labor Day, all these different holidays that were made from your destruction.
Right.
If you celebrate the 4th of July after this garbage, man, you hate your people.
That's right.
You might as well dig the hole and put them bodies under the boarding school your goddamn self.
Damn
Because
right.
that's what you're saying. You're saying your people's lives doesn't matter. The North American Indians' lives do matter.
That's
and guess
right.
what? It matters to God. It matters to the creator of all things. It matters to the God of the savages. It matters to the God of the spics, the God of the niggers, the one true living God, which is the God we serve in the Israelite school of UPK every single day, man.
Damn right.
And you know what? This guy gonna overthrow him, man.
That's right, sir.
He got another thing coming. Continue.
Salakia. They unjustly, with their intolerable tyranny in this new world, they unjustly put to death above 12 millions of people, counting men, women, and children.
Women and what?
Women and children.
Women and what?
Women and children.
These boarding schools, they found the bodies of children.
Right.
Of children below the age of 18. They found their bodies underneath this boarding school. You want to know why? A lot of them were molested. A lot of them were raped. A lot of them were killed in the raping.
Right.
So what they did, they buried them under the school, so their bodies can never be found again. And not only, they're gonna be more. There's gonna be, and I understand it, brothers. I understand when we about getting to these church burnings. I understand it. I understand. We understand it, don't it? It's a pain. We're gonna get into scripture. We're gonna get into Ecclesiastes. Continue, my
And it may be affirmed without injury to truth, upon a just calculation, that during this space of time, above 50 millions have died in these countries.
Go ahead.
The Spaniards who invaded these isles and boasted of their Christianity.
And boasted of their what?
Of their Christianity.
They boasted of it. Why they say boasted of it? Because our oppressor is such a proud beast, man.
That's right.
He's a proud beast. He came here to meet the most peaceable people. He just said the greatest nation they've ever met. Columbus said it as well. The greatest, most peaceable people. But yet they came over here preaching Christianity. They came over here saying that we had to kill the Indian and save the man.
Right.
That's what they did. Instead, they slaughtered the North American Indian. They slaughtered our children. They raped our women. That's right. How they did us as a people. Go ahead, Maya.
Made use of two ways principally to exterminate the inhabitants. The first of which was by an unjust and bloody war carried on with the utmost barbarity and cruelty.
They carried it out with barbarity. They had no compassion. They didn't have no love for the women and children. You know that, and that's in the scriptures. That's in Deuteronomy. They shall show no favor to the old and the young. That's how they did us here in America, man. They're still doing this to this day. You want proof about it? Go look at the south of the border. Go look at all the young Mexican babies, all the Salvadorian babies, all the old Puerto Rican women that are locked in them detention centers.
Right.
This is no joke, man. This is what's happening and being played out throughout, and you're not going to survive it if you're not with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Command and General Yohan.
That's
That's how
right.
you got to get things done. Go ahead, Maya.
Come. The other was the detestable policy which inspired them to massacre all that had any remains of liberty, or endeavored to shake off the tyrannical yoke and to free themselves from so unjust and intolerable a slavery. For this the bravest, most potent, and most warlike nations of the Indians attempted.
The what? The most what?
The most warlike
The
nations.
most what?
Warlike nations.
We were a warlike people.
Carnival
We are a people that know how to fight. The North American Indians, that's what you don't realize. You can't see it nowadays because we're so loving and peaceful and we just want to live with everybody. Well, we're beaten down. The people we used to be is a warlike people.
That's right.
We're people who like to fight. Not the Mujahideen. Who's the other one? The Minutemen. The Minutemen. The way they all learned to fight is called guerrilla tactics. And they all learned. The ones in the Civil War, who were they? I believe it was the South. They all learned. The point is, they all learned the tactics of guerrilla warfare. They all learned it from the North American Indians.
That's right.
They all give credit. The Viet Cong, they all learned it from the North American Indians fighting against the American invasion that happened in the early 1400s. Why? Because you are a people of warfare. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So like I said, Angela Ruiz, she asked, what's the name of the book? Angela, this book is called, and let me put it in the camera one more time for you. A Short Account of the Destruction of the Indies by Bartholomew de las Casas. All right?
This is a heavy book. Man.
This is a very heavy book that this devil right here, he took the time to, how they say, uncannily or uncensoredly, whatever, write down what the Spaniards and the Europeans and what these nations actually did to the Native American people. He chronicled, there's a lot of things chronicled in here, from the culture to the massacres, that proves that the Northern Kingdom are the Native Americans and Hispanic people, and that y'all are part of the nation of Israel. And if nothing else, it shows how you all suffered the curses and went through the same slavery as the Negroes.
That's the point. Continue reading, man.
Carnival Khan. We find my place against Salaki, sir. Okay, here we go. When the Spaniards had killed all the men in the war, they suffered the women and children to live. But with the imposition of a yoke so cruel and insupportable that their condition was rendered as miserable as that of beasts. A multitude of their particular methods were taken for the destruction of these poor Americans.
For the what?
These poor Americans.
Go ahead.
But they may be reduced in general to those two we have mentioned.
Now this is the point, man. That was just a small part of the book. That's the intro right there. That's page number 9. He goes into it. I know because I read a little bit of the book. My eye was the brother who put me onto it. And it's a heavy and outstanding book. Why? Because they go into the slaughter and the massacre and the mass genocide. And the thing about it is the North American Indians, we don't take it serious enough.
That's
the
right.
Hispanics, the black men, the world doesn't take it serious enough.
That's
why?
right.
Because when you think massacres, when you think genocide, who they think of? The Holocaust.
Right.
Oh man, you can't speak bad about the Holocaust. We're in 2021. That's what, 60 years, that means 70 years, that means 100 years later. Damn near from the Holocaust. And you better not speak one word about the Holocaust. You better not ever disrespect the Holocaust victim. You better you can't even deny that the Holocaust ever happened.
Right.
You can't even, say, oh, I think, as a possibility, you're going to be considered as a hate crime. But only 11 million Jews died. Right. So-called Jews, Jewish people.
So-called.
At most, only 11 million. for the colonization in the Americas. Now, here's the thing that's crazy. There's an unclear number. This book said 12 million.
So like it said 12 at first, then it said above 50 million.
Above 50 million. Then we got black Indians, 80 million. Then there are reports in different books I read, which said over 100 million. Why? Because they slaughtered the North American Indians like it was going out of style. They were murdering us, and it was a mass genocide, but no one ever talks about it. Wow. No one ever talks about the slaughtering of the North American Indians. No one ever talks about the true Holocaust, which was in 1492 when Christopher Columbus came and sailed the ocean blue.
That's right.
That's what the true Holocaust. The true Holocaust, it started in 1492, and it started with the American Empire. You want to talk about Nazis? The American Empire is the biggest Nazis to ever exist. Want to exterminate God's chosen people.
That's
and the world may not give a damn about it. The world may not give a damn about the North American Indians starving on the reservation. It may not give a damn about the Hispanic brothers struggling in the barrios. It may not give a damn about our black brothers in the ghettos. But guess what? The Lord up in heaven gives a damn. Commanding General Yohana gives a damn. That's why he got programs for the North American Indians. We got GED programs, prison programs. We have thousands of different availabilities that we can help our brothers and sisters on the reservation. Why? Because we give a damn about the North American Indians.
Right.
We're here to raise our people back up out the reservations, man. We're here to raise up the reservations. That's what we're going to do. The same way we're making the ghettos great again and the barrios great again is the same way we're going to do it to the reservation.
Damn right.
And that's what we need as a people. Any more on that, Maya?
Come on, just this brief one, sir, and then I'm going to drop it. The gold and the silver these people had in their possession was the motive that violently prompted the Europeans to persecute and destroy them.
And what?
To persecute and destroy them.
They persecuted these people for just being Indians.
Right.
And destroyed them. Now, of course, we're not destroyed here in America. We haven't died out. We're still here. You can find the North American Indians in a rare form, but you can find them. But us as a people, we have been left destroyed. We have been left distilled. Here in America, we have become Americanized. We have been colonized.
Right.
And that's the point. You have to wipe the white supremacy off of your mind. And the only way he's going to do it is not through burning down churches.
Right.
Trust me, I understand the pain. I understand the want for revenge.
Right.
But that's not how we're going to do it.
That's right.
The way you're going to do it is by getting your brothers off of drugs.
Damn right.
The way you're going to do it is by helping the North American Indians erase the mind of Christianity off of their mindset. Brainwashing them. That's how you're going to do it.
Right.
You're going to have to brainwash your people and wash their mind and wash all the Christianity away. You're going to have to wash all the white imaging away. You're going to have to wash away all the depression, all the anxiety, all the drug abuse, all the molestation that is on us. You're going to have to cleanse your people. By doing that, you'll destroy Christianity.
And if I could, sir, this last little sentence I read, we have to realize, like, that's the true heart and nature of colonization. It said the gold and the silver that the Native Americans possess. And here's the thing that we have to realize. When it's talking about the Native American Indians, when it's the destruction of the Indies, it's not just talking about the ones that we only call Native Americans today. Right. It's talking about the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, the Guatemalans, the Cubans. You know what I mean? It's talking about everyone from North to South America, South and Central America, and the islands that surround this continent. You know what I mean? These Europeans, Spaniards are Europeans. Okay? Spaniards are Esau. Spaniards are the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Period. Just because they speak Spanish, okay, they're not our people.
Right.
They came over here and saw how richly our brothers. Now, don't get it wrong. Our brothers were living in sin because they were, doing animal sacrifices and human sacrifice. They came over here and completely went wild, but they did also keep traditions from the Bible. Okay, from their days of living as a part of the nation of Israel. But I digress. They came over here and saw the treasures that brothers and sisters had. Gold, silver, rare diamonds, rubies, to the point where, it was nothing to the so-called natives.
Right.
You know what I mean? And their eyes got big and they came over here and they colonized them. Now, during colonization, the North American Indians are very few in number. They're shoved into a corner. into the ass of Slovakia, from to the back end of America, shoved into a corner and forgotten about and treated however this devil wants to treat them.
Right.
They went from, as this book said, some of the people with a population and countries and civilization greater than Spain, to now they're what less than the ghettos in Texas. You know what I mean? Than the ghettos in Chicago and California. You take any major city and you take the ghettos and the barrios and you combine them, and the people on the reservations are less than all of them.
And that's the point. My y'all saying is so heavy. Once a Native American, you know, I got some Native friends. I kick it with them every once in a while, and whenever I'm with them, it's always the same thing. When an oppressor sees us, when anyone sees us, is, are y'all natives? They look at us, they eye us up and down. Oh. And they're just astonished. Yeah. They're amazed. Why? Because what my aunt's saying is true. They damn near think, you know, oh man, these niggas should be dead.
Right.
You should be extinguished.
Right.
You should be done for. They look at you like, oh damn, that's the product, huh? That's the product of all the years of colonization, all the years of destruction and murder. That's the product right there. Them babies. Any more on that, Mayor?
Comic-Con, just a little bit right here.
All right, let's go. Let's try to wrap this up.
The earnest desire they had of speedily enriching themselves in order to procure such honor and dignity as far exceeding their condition, inspired them with all this inhumanity. And so, like, sir, that's just saying, like, they came over and they saw them dirtball devils.
Right.
At the bottom of their own social ladder, because you know soldiers are usually the bottom of the barrel. You know, soldiers are usually like if you look at today, you look through the U.S. Army, you look through the military. The military is comprised of the poor,
Blacks and Hispanics.
blacks and Hispanics. You know what I mean? So in Spain and Europe, usually the ones out of the worst conditions of their country, their peasants or their criminals, compose their armies as a chance to redeem themselves. They came over here and they saw all the riches that our brothers and sisters had, and their greed took over their honor and their so-called honor and their so-called dignity. You know what I mean? Their greed is the reason. They said, listen, if we come over here and steal all this and kill these people, they can't speak up against us. And that's what they did. They came, raped, robbed, and murdered.
If I could, what my aunt said, of course the book says that they're honor and dignity. But in reality, when they came here to America, they showed their true colors.
That's
they
right.
have no honor and dignity. They have no soul. They are the most high praise. They are a beast.
That's
They're a wild beast, and they came here and they want to call us savages.
Right.
That's the thing that blows my mind every time when I used to sit in history class and hear them call us savages and we're Indians and we're this and that. We're disgusting. When the whole time you did all this to the greatest nation on the earth, to the most peaceable people. These are my words.
Right.
These are your words.
Right.
That we're the greatest people, the most peaceable people. There is no other nation like us. Make them slaves.
That's right.
That's what they did to us. They destroyed us. Give me Ecclesiastes, man. We're going to show you it's natural to have that hatred. It's natural to have that fire. All them brothers and sisters that feel some type of way for the boarding schools and all this news that are being brought out against us, all this news about the dead bodies and the colonization, we understand. We understand, and the Lord understands it well. He going to show you. Go ahead.
7, sir.
7 and 7.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 7.
Go ahead.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Oppression maketh a wise man mad. If you a man that has some type of morale, if you're a man that has some type of compassion from your people, when you saw these boarding schools, when you saw it that they found dead bodies of babies underneath the school, you felt some type of way. And that's understanding them brothers and them sisters out there in Canada that burnt them churches to the ground. You are mad. Why? Because of that what oppression does to you. All these years of colonization, all these years of destruction, you feel some type of way about it. That's the way it should be. Now the revolutionary spirit is awakened in every single North American Indian. Here's the question though, what you gonna do with it?
Right.
What you gonna do about it? You think you're gonna be like the Brown Berets and the Black Panthers and march up and down the street with the AK-47s and the AR-15s, and you think you're gonna get somewhere with that?
Right.
The white man got so many bombs and nuclear destruction and power, man, that ain't nothing to him.
Damn right.
But the way you gonna save your people, The way you're gonna stand up against this machine, the way you're gonna stand up against this beast is by saving your people.
Right.
How you gonna do that? You gotta get them off of drugs.
That's right.
You gotta get them off of heroin.
Right.
You gotta get them off of the cocaine, man. That's all those things that we're dealing with and we're plagued with. You gotta help your people with the mental state they're in. The North American Indian is destroyed mentally, man.
Right.
We're destroyed and no one gives a damn. We lack in everything, not just poverty. Poverty is one thing.
Right.
But then we deal with the drug abuse. Then we deal with the mental illnesses. Then we deal with the molestation. What about our sisters are still being stolen from reservations all across America?
Right.
What about that? Where are the men that are going to stand up and say enough is enough? Where are the sisters are going to stand up and say, no, I'm not going to be a whore no more. I'm not finna be like this. I'm not finna be how America wants me to be.
Right.
That's what the North American has to be. And the way you're going to do it is by being with the ISUPK.
That's right.
Only Commanding General Yohana is doing that. I don't know what to tell you. You want a true, real indigenous resistance? You want a true uprising of the North American Indian? It's only going to happen through the Israelite School of UPK.
That's right.
Everyone else will fail. Every other little Christian organization, wherever the AIM movement, the American Indian movement, the Warrior Society is gonna fail. It's gonna come up nothing. You wanna know how I know? Because the American Indian movement is still here today, and they have done nothing for us.
Damn right.
The who else? The Warrior Society have done nothing for us.
That's
The Brown Berets, the Black Panthers. Why? All of them are still getting out. All of them are still popping whores. All of them are still gang members.
That's right.
That's the point. You have to change your people, man.
Damn
and
right.
that's the way you're going to start a true revolution. Go ahead, Maya.
Come, sir. And all of those organizations, you know, they're famous among our Native brothers and sisters. Like, you know, it's kind of like how the NAACP and Operation, was that Push, the Jesse Jackson joint in.
Right.
And, like you said, the Black Panthers and the Nation of Islam and all these other organizations that are famous among Negroes. Those organizations you mentioned are famous among Natives. You know, Brown Berets and all these other, they're famous among our Hispanic brothers and sisters. But the problem is this: they all do the same thing. Right. They unite with our oppressors. They unite with the people that have eliminated us for thousands, for hundreds, almost over 1,000 years collectively in this country. You know what I mean? That account that I read, you know what I mean, about the Spaniards, that wasn't, we suffered as Negroes 400 years of slavery. Okay? Slavery was 400 or 500 years ago for us. This was 200-300 years before the Negro oppression and slavery. You know what I mean? So collectively between the natives and the Negroes, it's been damn near 1,000 years, at least 600 years of oppression of our people in this country. And we think that somehow uniting with the devil that the Bible speaks of, uniting with these oppressors, is the solution to getting out of oppression. Instead of the natives uniting with the blacks and the blacks uniting with the Hispanics and the Hispanics uniting with the blacks and the natives, and us all coming together and realizing that we're brothers and sisters and don't accept no help from outside sources. That's what Commanding General Yohana has done in the ISUPK.
Right.
We are black and brown unity perfected.
That's the point.
If you are not black and brown, or brown, if you are not black, Hispanic, or Native American, you can hang up coming in here, buddy.
That's the point.
You can't even walk through our doors. Only our people. We are by our people, for our people, and that's it. That's the only way to truly get out of this oppression, is to, as this Bible, the Bible itself says, to separate from them. Right. Zephaniah 2:1, O nation not desired. That's us. You know what I mean? The greatest native revolution is segregation. It's self-imposed segregation. You know what I mean? It's like this, sir.
What the brother was saying is so heavy. Why? Read it again, my Read it from top. Why he's saying is so heavy? Read.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Oppression shall make you mad. Oppression every day that you suffer in this hell called America should make you upset. It should make you want to goddamn go burn a church down.
Right.
But you shouldn't do it. You should take all that power, all that anger you have, and put it into your people.
That's right.
That's how you're going to do it. It's more powerful, Because you got to realize this, the most richest organization in the world is the Christian church. Is the Catholic Church.
Right.
You go burn down some churches, they'll build them up overnight.
Count them a gun.
Those churches don't mean nothing. But you know who does mean something? The people that are inside those churches.
That's right.
The ones that they are robbing from every single day. The ones that they're molesting. The ones that they're making drug dealers in there.
Right.
Those are the ones that matter. Not the church. The hell with the church. You know, we don't give a damn about the church, but the ones that are inside, that are dealing with the brainwashing of Christianity, those are the ones we want. Those are the ones Christ wants.
Okay. And so like I said,
What?
they're going to burn down the church, and then their grandmamas and their aunties are going to donate extra money to the church to rebuild the church.
That's the point.
So at the end of the day, they're just robbing themselves.
Right.
You robbing your grandparents instead of educating them, instead of joining the UPK and rising up out the dust and becoming something respectable and worthy of dignity. You know what I mean? You're going to go burn the church down, and then the pastor going to come in the burnt down church or nowadays social media or text message and get your grandmother to, instead of her little 10% tithes that she's donating and that offering that she giving, she going to donate 30 to 40% of her money now. You know what I mean? Your auntie who been in the church for 20, 30 years, your grandmama been in the church for 50 years. She got your auntie in the church 30 years ago, and they done pulled your uncle and your grandfather in. You know what I mean? Now they gonna donate together, all together, they gonna donate about 40 to 50% of their income because pastor gonna have a bigger building fund, and then they're gonna rebuild that church at another location and make it a mega church and get more millions because of your stupidity.
That's the point. You gonna do all these things. Continue reading, man. We gonna get to it. Man, y'all skipping ahead.
So like
Man, y'all feeling the spirit this day, man. He heard it. I told him the news. I told him the topic. That nigga eyes lit up. I should have known what time it was, man. Go ahead.
So like this, sir.
You good?
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad,
Go ahead.
and a gift destroyeth the heart.
At the end of all this, man, always gonna take it. They're gonna come up with some bogus apology, or they're gonna come out with some Remembrance Day, remember the boarding schools day, some bogus hashtag, and then you're gonna forget about it.
Right.
Just like you forgot everything else.
Right.
And then you're gonna go back to celebrating Christmas. You're gonna go back to celebrating the 4th of July. You're gonna go back to sitting in church with your grandma, bowing your head, singing psalms of white Jesus. That's what it's gonna come to. But if you want a true revolutionary, if you don't want that to be going through, and you don't want that lifestyle anymore, you get with the ISUPK. Why? Because we know a gift destroys the heart.
That's right.
What they made, they just legalized like two years ago, a year ago, Indigenous People Day instead of Christopher Columbus Day. People lost their minds. They thought it was a win, man. They're like, oh man, yeah, this is game changing. Yeah, this is what we need. Yeah, and then everybody just forgot about everything else.
Right.
That's the point. You forget that they just still celebrate Thanksgiving, huh? You forget they celebrate 4th of July, and the 4th of July is just filled with. The 4th of July is about your onslaught and your slavery.
Right.
That's why. Give me verse 9 first. Give me verse 9 in Ecclesiastes.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 9. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry.
To be what?
To be angry.
I understand. It makes you angry. It makes you upset. But you can't be hasty in it. Meaning you can't be, what's the word I'm looking for? You can't lose your composure.
Right.
You got to keep your head.
Right.
Because when brothers and sisters, when they heard that, they lost it. They couldn't believe it. I understand that pain. Commanding General Yohana understands your pain. He understands the want to go to every single church and burn it to the ground.
Right.
He understands the want. That's why we do what? When we're at camp, we got a picture of white Jesus and we throw him to the ground.
Damn right.
In some of our cities, we got the Virgin Mary. We're slamming her on the ground.
Damn right.
That's what we do. Because while we understand the pain, we understand what it is to want justice. But you're not going to get it through burning down the Catholic Church. You're not going to get it with picking up guns and killing white people. That's not how you're going to do it. You do that, you're going to lose. It's a losing battle.
That's right.
You're going to get yourself locked up. You're going to get yourself killed. We aren't the Proud Boys.
Right.
You go storm the White House, they're going to bring out the entire National Guard, and they're going to nuke it. They're going to nuke the White House. They're going to see like 5 Native Americans on the White House. They're going to be like, all right, Nuke it. We lost the White House. White House down.
I can say, right,
You
White
know
House
what?
down,
They'll
White House down.
Take it down. We're gonna have to nuke. We'll start over. We'll build a whole new one. That's what it takes. But for you to build your people up, you have to change, man.
That's right.
You have to change your lifestyle. You can't be over here and be like, man, I'm angry about this, but then you're selling drugs to your people.
Right.
You can't be like, man, I can't stand this, but then you're getting high.
Right.
You can't be like, man, I can't stand this oppression, this destruction that's on us, but you're being gay. You can't do that.
Right.
You can't be the things that he made you to be. Our oppression made us to be homosexuals. Our oppression made us to be drug dealers.
Right.
Our oppression made us to have no morality. He made us to be able to eat whatever we want. He made us to be able to sleep with any woman we want. Now you don't want your sister from the res. You don't want a fine Native American sister from the res. You don't want a sister from the ghettos. That's too much work for you. Oh my God. That's how they be. Oh, I tell you, you get loud mouth, and I'm gonna go get me a white one.
They got too much attitude.
They got too much attitude. That's what brothers be telling me on reservation. They be like, man, I understand what you're saying, but these chicks on the res, man, they so hard headed, man. They not trying to listen. They done this and that. I say, man, you sound like I don't want to say it, but we all know what I'm saying. You sound like a coward, man.
So like, sir, if they don't know the men in the UPK, some of us are used to dealing with dragons. You know what I mean? So if they too much, why you sitting them in here? Demon Slayer,
You feel me?
Dragon Slayers, you know what I mean? Send them loud mouth, stiff necked women into the UPK. We'll get them right and make good wives out of them.
I pray we understand. You come here with that loud mouth, that's fine. You come with it. Yeah, I pray we understand. You can come with it, but you're gonna leave quiet.
That's right.
That's the point. We're not them guys. we're not the ones.
That's right.
Up in here, a Native American man will get his masculinity back.
That's right.
Up in here, a Native American sister will get her femininity back.
That's right.
Up in here, the blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians are learning to love each other once again. And up in here, white people are not allowed. I pray we understand. They are not allowed in our school.
That's
They're not allowed in our cookouts. They're not allowed at our Passover. It's only for the niggas.
That's
only for the savages.
That's right.
Only for the spics. Why? Because we truly love one another.
That's right.
Continue, Mayad.
Khan. For anger rested in the bosom of fools.
And when you think with anger, that's why, like, when you're in a fight, you can't be so brutal and so angry and raged that you just lose yourself.
Right.
Because then you'll be able to lose a fight.
Right.
You have to, know how to use your anger.
Right.
You can't just let your anger control you. You have to use your anger. So the anger you're feeling right now, because I guarantee you they feeling it hard, man. They burn the churches. They burn the churches to the ground, man. And Most High Christ, that's something heavy. Why? Because now you're angry. Now you feel some type of way. Now you understand the destruction that's on your mind. But here's the question: what you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? You gonna cry and protest and hashtag and burn churches to the ground, or you want to actually do something about the damn thing? You want to actually make a difference? Then you get up in here, man. We'll show you how to do it. We'll show you how to raise your people up from the dead, man. Go ahead, give me
So like I say, if I bring a precept to what you said, they're angry. They're out burning down churches.
Go ahead.
You know what I mean? They're trying to do the right thing, but they're not. So this is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 26. Be ye angry and sin not.
And what?
And sin not.
The Lord said you can be angry. Be angry. Be full of all that hatred you got. Be full of it. Like us up in here. I'm not going to say that. We have anger and we got hatred up inside us. Okay, just know that. But guess what we're not doing? We're not shooting white people in the face.
Right.
We're not burning down churches.
Right.
A white person holds the door open for me at the bank. I tell him thank you. That's what I do. I have a courtesy. But best believe it, when I'm on the street corners, when I'm a teacher, when they ask me a question, do I like white people? I do not. I prefer not to join with them. That's me. That's fine. You can do what you want. I choose to stay separate and care for my own.
That's right.
That's what it's about. You can hate these people and not sin against them.
That's right.
You don't gotta shoot them. You don't gotta kill them in the damn back. Like, for example, a lot of people like to say, I'm gonna do to they women what they did to us.
Right.
Yeah. You know, call it out. I'm trying not to say names.
Salakia.
I'm trying not to say names. You understand?
God.
People say that. and they say, you know, they're gonna do this and this to white women, and they're gonna go get themselves a white women to go teach them a lesson, and this and that.
Right.
It's a whole bunch of nonsense, man. The way you really fight white supremacy through black and brown love.
That's right.
That's how you gonna do it. The way you gonna fight white supremacy is through niggas and spics loving each other once again.
Right.
The way you gonna fight white supremacy is by blacks and Latinos and Native American Indians giving their daughters to one another.
That's right.
The way you gonna battle white supremacy is through black men marrying Hispanic women.
Damn right.
The way you gonna do it is through Hispanic men marrying black women.
Damn right.
Native American men marrying Latino women. That's what's going on every single day over there. I love this school, man. And Commanding General Yohana is doing it.
That's
while
right.
everybody else is trying to mimic the militancy, the morality that the ISUPK has. We're doing it. You want to learn how to be a real militant? You want to learn how to be a man?
That's right.
Come up in here, man. Go.
So like I said, what you're bringing out is so heavy. They try to mimic the all black. Right. They try to mimic the attitude, the boots, the beards, the braids. They try to mimic the discipline and the militancy. Right. But you know where they all fall short at, sir? Every single last one of them that are not a part of this UPK body, one mind, one body, one West spirit, they all fall short of the brotherhood and the sisterhood. They secretly hate each other. They secretly plot on each other's women. They secretly plot on each other. They secretly do all the most damnable things that the Bible tells them that the Lord sees. They don't realize when you are part of this body right here, true brotherhood, true sisterhood only exists in the doors of the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana.
That's the point. Give me Proverbs 1 and 22.
What
y'all is saying is so heavy because up in here we're not robbing from each other.
Right.
I've been with brothers from the Native American movement. What else? The Warrior Society, and it's always we had some falling out. We had this and that. Why? Because they got no brotherhood. They have no love for one another. They have no real compassion. Why? Because up in these other organizations, up in the Brown Berets, the Black Panthers, you are stealing from one another.
Damn right.
Up in there, you hate your brother.
Right.
Up in there, you don't give a damn if that nigga lives or dies.
Right.
You just in there for yourself. But up in here, we suffer for one another. Up in here, if I gotta go broke for a brother, I'm gonna go broke. If I have to starve for my brother to eat, I'm gonna starve. If I have to go a day without, if I'm not able to enjoy my life for a second for my brother can enjoy his, I'm going to do it. If I have to lose my life at camp for my brother to live, I'm going to do it.
Damn right.
Why? Because that's what Christ said is the greatest love you can have for your brother.
Right.
And you're not going to find it in the Christian church. You're not going to find it being a Brown Beret or in the Warrior Society. That's not where you're going to find it. The only place you're going to find true brotherhood, like Mayad said, is in the ISUPK. Why? Because no one else knows brotherhood. If you don't know this Bible, you don't know brotherhood. You don't know love for your brother. Why? Because Christ said, well, the scriptures say what in 1 John? He that say he loveth his brother. No, him that say that he loveth God, but hateth his brother, hates the Lord.
Damn right.
You can't be over here and be like, man, I love my brother, man. I'll do anything for my brother, you know, this isn't that. But then hate the Lord. That is the same way with the Lord. You can't see, you never seen the Lord. You never seen God.
Right.
But you say you love him. Then how you gonna sit there every single day on the reservation and look at your brother and say, man, I can't stand these niggas, man. They holding us back. Ain't that what they love to say, man? These cats holding us back, man. They're holding it. It's their fault. We can't uprise. It's people like that we're doing bad in the reservations.
Right.
Why don't you help that brother out there? That's the point. The ISUPK, we see brothers like that, and we want them.
That's right.
We want the drug dealers.
Damn right.
We want the murderers. We want the crackheads on the corners. We want the ones that this world has abandoned. Just like we all been abandoned. We're the forgotten ones up in here.
That's right.
But the Lord has remembered us. Word, man. Give me that scripture.
So like you said, 1 and 22?
1 and 22.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 22.
Go ahead.
How long, ye simple ones?
Ye what?
Ye simple ones.
How long, you simple ones? Go ahead.
Will ye love simplicity?
We love simplicity. Why did it say that? How you going to love simplicity? Here in America, everything's just so simple. It's dumb. It's stupidity. How much you going to love simplicity? Why? Let's see what the Lord said. Go ahead.
And the scorners delight in their scorning.
Go ahead.
And fools hate knowledge.
And the fools hate knowledge. This is what the Lord talking about. How long you going to love this simplicity, man? How long you going to love Christianity? How long you going to love all these religions and societies that have destroyed you as a people? How long? How long is it going to last? How long are you going to hate the knowledge? you have to turn back to this book because this is your knowledge right
That's
here.
right.
For generations of North American Indians, I know because I sat amongst them. I went to the prayers. I went to the ceremony. You can ask about me. People have seen me there. And I would ask them, well, what about the Bible? This isn't that. The Bible is the white man's book. You don't read that book. If you want to read it, that's your choice. But we do not partake in it. When in reality, this is our books that have been stolen from us, man. And I know it seems crazy. It seems like it can't be real because it's something that's been stolen from us. It's our culture, just like everything else. The North American Indian is a report that went out that the North American Indian is one of the #1 people in this entire world to not know their culture.
That's
a crime. That is an entire crime. The Jewish people that went through the Holocaust, they still have their culture that they stole from us. They still have their culture. Their bastardized culture that they stole, they still have it. They still wear their little yarmulkes and their little menorahs,
right.
And they little Yiddish Hebrew and the Shalom and the Yahwehs and all that. They still got that. But North American Indian, you don't have your language anymore. Right. North American Indian, you don't have your culture. You think you got the fringes with the little fried bread and the dancing and the jingle dancing and the powwows, and you think that's your culture right there. You think that's all said and throughout. No, you have to return back. Prior to Columbus, you got to return back to your power, man, which is being the Israelites of antiquity.
That's right.
Boy, grab me 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. And the reason we pulled that as well is because you can't be simple in this warfare against our oppressor, man. That's right. You can't think like him. You see, because the way he thinks, he's like, oh man, they killing us, they slaughtering us. Oh, well, let's go burn the church down. Right. You can't act out in emotions. You have to be a man. You have to look at things from a warlike perspective. You have to, and what's a warlike perspective? How you gonna raise your people up? You ain't gonna be able to raise them up if you dead out here. I pray we understand. You ain't gonna be able to raise them up if you're in jail for burning churches to the goddamn ground. Right. The way you gotta do it is you gotta reach your brothers on the reservation, and that's why I guarantee you walk past all them niggas, right, just to go burn this church down. When you could have told them, man, you know what we're gonna do? We're never gonna go to church again. We're not gonna pay tithes. We're not gonna all the statues, all the crosses, all the false images of white Jesus in our parents' houses. We're gonna throw them off. We're gonna throw them off. We're gonna wipe the Christianity off our mind. But instead, y'all niggas just say, "Oh, you know what? Let's go burn the church." Right. That's why I can't believe, man. You got anything to say, man?
It's so
go ahead.
So much. Because, sir, like. It's hard to get my words wrapped around this, sir. So yeah, like you said, sir, like they seem to think like you said, you go around these brothers and sisters, and they say the Bible is the white man's book. Right. One thing that we always question brothers and sisters about in the ISUBK, if the Bible is a white man's book, why would the white man make a book that condemns them and their actions? The Bible condemns the white race to destruction. You know what I mean? The Bible condemns the way that they treated the Native American brothers and sisters on the reservations. It describes the torment and the torture and the conditions that we're going through right now. And then it turns around and condemns the very oppressor that puts you through it. And if it's such a white man's book and it's so wrong, why do the Native Americans team up with the same people they say they don't want to follow because this book is theirs? It doesn't matter if the Bible is a white man's book because you're following a white man and a white woman. We went to that powwow. Every powwow that we've gone to since I've been in this truth, sir, every last one of them, I got to deal with looking at an Edomite who looks me dead in my face and tries to give some old mystical, squinty-eyed, soft look, right. You know what I mean, and talking some soft tone and try to sound all nostalgic and mystical, claiming that they're native, claiming that they're 5%, 1%, 25%. Some of them held tend to be 100% of whatever tribe that they want to claim, right? Of whatever nationality of native, so-called Native American they want to claim. And the problem is this. Take a brother like Officer 1000 Karyash, who is from the tribe of Gad, who is a Native American by blood, by birth, by blood right. And you'll deny him and doubt his heritage, but you won't doubt that Edomite. You won't doubt that oppressor. You ought to take them wholeheartedly. You'll take somebody like myself. I'm from the tribe of Judah, but both of my grandmothers were native. Both of them were native from Mississippi. And if you see pictures of them, you would no doubt in your mind know that those are Native American women. Mm-hmm. But if I go to join a Native American group, they just see a nigga.
Right.
They see a Negro or whatever little. Every race has a word for black people, for Negroes. You know what I mean? Whatever your word is, I can't come amongst my brothers and say, hey, you know what? I have some of the same blood, even though I am from the tribe of Judah, even though I am a black man, I got some of the same blood that you got running through your veins, and I feel your oppression like it's mine. You won't accept me. You won't accept all Sakari Yash. You won't accept all Sathabawan. You know what I mean?
Hey, let me tell you something about Thabawan. Did you see it? There was some cat, man, harassing the hell out of my brother Thabawan because my brother Thabawan looked like a Negro. Now, he don't look like a Negro. He just, brother got some woolly hair.
Right.
I say that. Brother got woolly hair.
Right.
Because his mother is a black woman. Okay? And they was on my man like, I don't even know what, claiming he wasn't a real North American and he wasn't native, he wasn't this and that. When his father is Blackfoot Indian. I seen pictures of his father. His father as his native, his father damn near looked more native than my dad.
Right.
You know, he outshowed me. And they gonna look and they gonna talk to him and say he don't know what he talking about. He don't know the culture of the North American Indian. When Thabawan is a perfect example of a North American Indian. Right. He's what a North American is to be empowered. Captain Soccer War, Chief Sock G himself is a perfect example. He's a dark-skinned cat. You would think, you look at Cap Soccer War and you think he a black man. Well, you're a black man, but you think he a Negro.
Right.
But he's a North American Indian. Right? Because you don't know how to decide the bloodlines. How simple. How long these simple ones love simplicity. You deal off skin complexion and color alone, you're not going to get nowhere. I know men and women, Negro brothers, that are lighter than me or as light as my color. You know, I mean, who's that one cat that plays basketball? Who's that one cat?
Which one? How damn they said Blake Griffin.
It is Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin as light as they come, man. You seen his son, because I believe Blake Griffin also married a white woman, right?
I believe so.
I believe so. So his boy came out as white as can be. Now, if you're a man that don't know the spiritual things, you look at that baby and say, oh man, that's a white baby right there.
Right.
But we understand the spiritual things here in the ISUPK. You realize that's a black baby right there.
Right.
You understand? But you got any questions or anything, or we good?
I just want to. What? Most High in Christ.
Almost High in Christ. Okay. All right, go ahead. Give me that scripture.
Like the simple one, sir.
2 Corinthians.
Oh, kind of. Sorry, 2 Corinthians
10 verse 4 through 5.
Come. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 4. So, I got so carried up in
I completely understand. Don't sweat.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
They are what?
Are not carnal.
The weapons of our warfare. I understand it, man. I understand it. We understand it, Maya. You want to get physical. You know, the things our president say makes you want to punch him in the goddamn face. I understand.
Damn right.
I understand the want for vengeance.
Right.
The want to avenge yourselves. But like the Lord said, it is not our place for us to avenge ourselves. It is not the place. If you're going to go to war with America, you're going to lose. I'm telling you right now, they got a damn space force. They got space force, atomic weapons all up in the space. You ain't going to beat them, man.
Right.
These are the people that know and built their entire life around killing, around massacring, around murdering. While you was over here trying to learn how to love them, they was learning how to kill you. They learn at the age of 2, 3, 4 years old how to kill.
Right.
And it's not, kill a score. You're going to learn how to kill a nigga. You understand? You're going to learn how to kill a savage. That's the point. They learn every day how to kill niggas and spicks and savages every single day. This is a war you're not going to be ready for. Now, I'm not telling you not to defend yourself. Of course not. But some cards to your past, lay them out. Don't be no punk either. I completely understand. Defend yourself.
That's right.
But you're not going to win this war by being on the offensive.
Damn right.
You're not going to win this war by storming the White House like you the Proud Boys.
Right.
I'm telling you right now, even though you may want to, it's not the way you're going to win it.
That's right.
The most powerful weapon we have in this warfare is what? Go ahead.
Come
Get into it.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
There's what?
Are not carnal.
They're not carnal. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, meaning it's not physical. We're not going to do it with AKs and AR-15s and Glocks and 9s. That's not how we're going to win this war.
Right.
But let's see how.
But mighty through God.
But what?
But mighty through God.
It's mighty in the Lord. Let's see how. Go ahead.
To the pulling down of strongholds.
To the what?
To the pulling down of strongholds.
What you could do, you could burn every single church.
Right.
Down to the ground. But if you're not destroying the white image in the Native American mind, it will come to nothing.
That's right.
If you're not destroying the white supremacy image in the black mind, it's doing nothing.
That's right.
If you're not destroying the binds that are dividing blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, it's not doing anything.
Damn right.
It doesn't matter. You can burn every single Jesus statue you see. You can deface every single Columbus statue you see. You can burn every single church to the goddamn ground. But the white supremacy will always be in their head.
Damn right.
That's the point. They will still look up into the sky and pray to white Jesus, why'd you do this?
Right.
You understand? They're going to look at you and be like, oh, sweet Jesus. They're going to be like, oh, Lord Jesus, help. Jesus Christ. That's what you're going to do. You are going to create their faith even stronger. These damn Christians, man.
Like I said, they turn into Ricky Bobby. Oh, sweet baby Jesus,
You
lay
see what
in
I
your
mean?
manger.
You see what I mean, man? You're going to be destroyed. The way you destroy Christianity is through pulling down strongholds.
Damn
Like we're
right.
doing in the ISUPK every single day.
That's
We're
right.
destroying Christianity every single day.
Right.
We're getting blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians off of drugs.
That's
We're
right.
getting them out of the gangs. We're
That's
getting
right.
them out the prison system.
That's
We're
right.
getting them out of the churches. We don't got to burn the church to the ground. We're still in the church.
Damn right.
The church is empty. All right, 'cause all the former members are in here.
That's right.
All the brothers and the hardcore brothers and sisters that didn't want to be a white supremacist slave anymore, they changed their life, man. Go ahead.
Kana Mukan. Verse 5. Casting down imagination.
Casting what?
Casting down
You
imagination.
gotta cast down the imaginations that is on our mind. There is no white boy coming to save you.
Right.
I'm telling you right now, when has that white person ever came to save you? You understand? You get that, rip that band-aid off now. God is not white. The angels ain't white gay babies. Just gotta swallow that pill. It gets easier.
It's a lot easier.
But the truth of the matter is this. Through the pulling down of the imaginations, you got to tell them the truth. And the truth is that the Lord in heaven is a black man. Christ is a black man. And his brothers and sisters are the North American Indians, or the Hispanics, or the ones that you thrown away and forgotten about. Those are God's chosen people. That's how we're pulling down the imaginations and the strongholds. Go ahead, Maya.
Kana Mukan. And every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God.
Against what?
Against the knowledge of God.
So now you got to destroy everything that goes against the Lord and his knowledge. That's what we do every single day. That's why we got these classes. That's why we hold debates. That's why we got this lecture coming up.
That's right.
Shameless plug once again. July 23rd, be here. You understand?
right.
That's why it's going to happen. And it's not because of me. It's not because of Thabawan. It's because of the Lord.
That's right.
The Lord wants it to happen. This is the destruction and the falling down and the bringing down of Christianity. And it's not going to be done with some Native Americans burning churches down. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to tell you. I understand it. I understand the hatred. I understand the anger that you have. Like the scriptures say, oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Right.
Well, do something about it.
Right.
Get your people off of drugs, man.
Right.
Help the ones that have been molested. Help the ones that have been forgotten with a father.
Right.
Help the ones that all they feel like they got left in this world is a damn needle.
Damn.
Help them. That's what you got to do. And if you don't want to do it, no sweat. We're going to do it anyway.
That's right.
And we're going to raise up the reservations. The ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, we're making the reservations great again.
Damn
We're
right.
making the ghettos great again.
Damn right.
We're making the barrios great again.
Okay.
Mexico, Salvador, Puerto Rico, Guatemala, all the way up to our brothers up in Canada. We saving our people.
That's right.
That's how you going to get it done.
Damn right.
Any more on that, man?
And bring into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.
What?
to the obedience of Christ.
You got to bring every thought, meaning everything that's in your mind, you have to follow the Lord. The ways you live life, you have to change every way through following Christ. Why? Go ahead. Oh, you got something to say?
Sir, Comic-Con. And I just want to wait until this. Oh, actually, if I can read verse 6, sir.
Go ahead.
In verse 6, and having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. Sir.
Go ahead.
It's in that scripture right there. We want to be ready to revenge the injustice done to our brothers and sisters.
Absolutely.
We want to be ready to get revenge for the intolerable cruelty and the conditions that we live in. Right. However, we got to be in obedience. We got to come, like you said, the brothers and sisters, the fact that they're burning down the churches, no offense, brothers and sisters, right spirit's wrong action.
That's the point.
You know what I mean? You do got the right spirit. You should want to burn down those Christian churches. You should want to burn down the Catholic Church, the Muslim mosque, the Jewish synagogue. You should want to burn down all these institutions that have enslaved you, brainwashed you in the wrong way, and kept you oppressed and have your people dying. However, you're doing it the wrong way. You should want to, but you shouldn't go and do it. What you should do is take that anger, take that fury, take that that zeal that you have, bring it into the ISUPK, learn who you are, learn to redirect it, and take that same zeal and wake your people up.
That's the point.
You know what I mean? Like Al-Sakar Yash, this brother right here, I know he wants to burn down the White House.
Okay? Damn, man, you over here. So I'm gonna send the FBI agents to my goddamn house.
Salaki, they got to come to mind too, because goddamn it, I want to burn it down too. But guess what? You'll never catch us on the White what's the address? You'll never catch us up at the White House with
torches,
with torches and gasoline. You wanna know why? Because we burned down churches, we burned down the White House, we burned down America through the words of the Bible, through the fire and the scriptures of the Lord. Every time a Native American brother walks into this school, we burning down this country. Every time a sister gets out of her whoredom and walks into the school and becomes a sister and a wife, we burn down churches. We burn down the White House. We burn down all these institutions.
If I could, what you're saying is so heavy because what goes on so heavy in the North American Indian community is a division between blacks and Latinos and Native American Indians. And it's something that's been bestowed upon us because of colonization.
Right.
It's something that's embedded in our minds. The Native American Indians thinks we can never join together with black people.
Right.
I think we can never join together with the Hispanics. But black Indians, in a culture that we're going to touch about in the lecture, but I have to touch about it right now, was the love that the blacks and the Native Americans had for one another. The undying love. We Native American Indians went to slave plantations to free black people from slavery.
Right.
Black people went and fought and died next to the Native American Indians in their native wars against the white man and died right alongside us.
Damn right.
Native Americans were giving their daughters to black men to marry. Black men were giving their daughters onto Native American chiefs to join them to the family.
Right.
And that's happening back in the Israelite School of Universal
Damn
Practical
right.
Knowledge every single day.
Damn right.
Up in here, like Mayal was saying, everybody wants to talk about that black and brown unity.
Right.
Everybody want to talk about joining together. Everybody want to talk that Montana talk. Blood and blood.
Right.
Everyone want Chicanos see killing each other, what they want. I hear you that the talk is nice, but what you gonna do about it?
Right.
Like you said, it's one thing, you got the spirit for it. You got the zeal. But what you gonna do with that zeal, man?
Right.
You gonna go join the white man's military with that zeal?
Right.
You gonna go think, oh man, I gotta change it from the inside out. You gonna go join the police force? I'm gonna make a change. I'm gonna go be a politician.
Right.
That's what I'm gonna be the difference, nigga.
Right.
You ain't gonna be no difference. You gonna be a sellout just like the rest of them.
Damn right.
You gonna be a Squanto and all these other cats that sold out for our oppressor, but not in here.
Damn
Up
right.
in here, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, you cannot buy us. You cannot scare us. You can't kill us off. We'll just keep coming back.
Damn right.
You tried before.
Yeah.
They tried to buy us out.
Come
Few times the FBI meet up with us and try and sell us out.
Come
We
on.
didn't take it. I'm sorry. The commanding general Yohana didn't take it.
That's
Many
right.
times we sit on the street corners, we get death threats.
That's right.
We been there. Mayaz, one of Mayaz's first camp, nigga got a death threat.
Right.
This we really out there. You understand? The cat, you know, he ain't even with us like that. He's still young, trying to get. They threatened to kill this nigga too. We there at the camp. They, oh, I'm gonna kill you, you. He looks at Mayad, and you too. You get too. Mayad ain't even in the camp. He just sitting back there recording and everything, man. Why? Because that's the life we live. We live the life to really serve our people and change our people's lives.
That's right.
Give me more. There ain't more on that, Mayad.
So like, kind of, sir, but we could drop it if you want.
Let's drop it then.
Come on.
Give me Proverbs 14 and 12.
Kind.
This is what we got to realize, man. What Mayal was saying was so heavy because we have to change our way of life.
That's
We got to stop with the drug abuse. We got to stop following Christianity. We got to stop following all these false ideologies and societies which have made us sin against the Lord. We have to change our lifestyle.
That's right.
And it's going to be one of the hardest things to do, but that's the true revolution right there.
That's right.
Once you get your people off of crack cocaine, then you're going to feel the difference. Once you stop being a drug dealer, once you stop being a drug addict, you're going to feel the difference.
That's right.
You're going to see the difference.
That's right.
You're going to see the white man's, his entire empire just crumble like a house of cards. But what you got to do is save your people. It's not going to be done, like I said, taking a Molotov cocktail and throwing it during Sunday school.
Right.
They ain't going to do nothing.
Not a damn thing.
It's not going to do nothing except to make it seem like they're right. And we a bunch of savages, and we a bunch of niggas. We don't know how to act. But the way we gonna do it is by raising niggas up. Savages come together with the niggas.
Right.
Make them come together with the spics, man. That's how we're gonna raise our people up. Why? Because that's what Jesus Christ died for. Damn. Jesus Christ did not die for us to love our oppressor.
Right.
Contrary to popular belief. He didn't die for us to love the Chinese. He didn't die for us to love, who else? The East Indians, the Arabs, Africans, all these other cats that hate you. He didn't die for that. Right. He died for you to love your brother in the ghettos. He died for you to love your brothers in the barrios and for them to love the brothers on the Indian reservations back.
Right. So, like, sir, if I may, what you bring it out is so heavy because for you brothers, and maybe, and you know what, because of the way conditions are right now, and sisters, because I know it's a lot of you beautiful sisters out here who are so fed up and y'all want to be a part of the revolution. You know what I mean? And y'all going out throwing these Molotov cocktails too. Y'all taking pictures with bandoleros around your beautiful bodies, and you got the shotguns and the ARs and the AKs and stuff, and you looking like, you know, you're looking like you're ready for war. That's not your position, sis.
That's the point.
You know what I mean? Here's the thing about it. You can throw a cocktail. You can throw a Molotov cocktail into 1,000 churches. Okay? 1,000 churches. And burn them to the ground, down to the very foundation. All you're doing is burning a building. You are not destroying the spirit of Christianity. You are not destroying the philosophy or the spirit behind what put our brothers and sisters into those boarding schools. What the Spaniards came over here, proudly pronounced, as we brought out earlier, how they bragged about their Christianity and Catholicism, and came over here and killed over 50 million of our indigenous brothers and sisters in 40 years. 50 million in 40 years, that's more than 10 million. That's more than 10 million in 10 years. So they killed more than 1 million a year. You get what I'm saying? Throwing a Molotov into a building will not accomplish anything. But you know what does accomplish something? Every time we unify, every time one of us speaks on that street corner, every time we do one of these classes, every time a brother or sister comes into the ISUBK, you burn the soul and the spirit of our oppressors. You burn the soul and the spirit of that church. The church you're trying to burn down physically, you want to burn its mind. You want to burn its soul. Come into the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. Learn what it really is to be a brother and a sister. Learn what tribe you're really from. Learn your real identity. And I guarantee you won't have to burn another building because you're going to burn the soul out of these devils.
And that's why this scripture is so heavy. Go ahead. Maya just leaves a perfect segue to me. And Maya just, he lets me segue into my topic. So that's why I let him do the talking. You know what I mean? He just let me segue in it like, yeah, in there. Let's see why. Read it.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 12. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man.
And there's many different ways that seem right unto us here in America. Selling drugs seem right, don't it? So being a whore seem right, don't it?
Right.
Because that's the American lifestyle. Popping your, you know what, for every single man that gives you a damn dollar, that seems right, don't it?
Right.
Being a drug dealer seems right, don't it? Getting money fast, doing all these different things, yeah, it seems right, don't it? It seems right, doing all these foul things that the Lord told you not to do. It seems right. Why? Because America legalized it. Because America made it popular. Because America made you think that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
There's a way that seems right unto a man. Even that revolutionary spirit that you think you got on you. You think, I'm gonna burn the church down. I'm gonna shoot up this place. I'm gonna shoot up that. Ain't gonna do nothing for you. I'm praying you understand. It's gonna take you back. There's a way that seems right unto a man. There's a way you think you should be a revolutionary. But that what? What?
But the end thereof are the ways of death.
But the way thereof is gonna get you killed.
That's right.
It's gonna make you end up in the grave. If you keep being a drug dealer, you're gonna end up dead. You be a homosexual, you're gonna end up with AIDS.
That's right.
If you're a whore, you're gonna end up with AIDS as well.
Right.
Every single sexual transmitted disease out there, you're gonna die as well. You understand? And same with being a fake revolutionary. You ain't built for this.
Right.
Trust me, you ain't built for this. If you're not a certified priest and prophet under commanding General Yohana and the ISUPK, you're not gonna last out there.
Damn right.
We're gonna eat you alive. There's many people out there trying to be us, trying to perpetrate us. You already damn know why, right? There ain't nothing like us.
Right.
There ain't nothing like One West.
Damn right.
There ain't nothing like One West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. There's nothing like us. There's only One West. You feel me? Go ahead. Read it one more time, man. One of my favorite scriptures.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 12. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man.
There's a way that seems right. All these different things America has told you to live. The American lifestyle, the Canadian lifestyle, being Hispanic, all these ways you think that is your way of lifestyle, it seems right to you, don't it? It seems like this is the way you should live your life. But what?
But the end thereof are the ways of death.
You're going to find out it's going to get you killed.
Damn
you
right.
may not die soon. Maybe they won't die from STDs, man.
Right.
Maybe they won't die from lung cancer, from smoking all them blunts. Maybe they won't die from being killed in a drive-by or a drug deal. Maybe they won't. Maybe they won't. But when Christ comes back, he's coming back to take heads off.
That's right.
He's coming back for your oppressor. But if you're caught up in the mix, living the way your oppressor's living, you're going to die with it.
Damn right.
That's the point. You got to change your lifestyle. As a Black, Latino, Native American, Indian, you have to change your life. You have to be a better person.
That's right.
You have to shake up all the immorality that they put upon you and get your morals back.
Right.
Change your life. Get the law, statutes, and commandments back. Why? Because those are the way of life.
Damn right.
Drop that for me, my y'all. We ain't got that much time, so lock you. So, bobbity. What do I want? Give me Luke 18:7. Luke 18:7. We was talking about Lord avenging us. You don't have to raise up your hand against these devils.
Right.
Like me and Maya was saying, all you got to do is change your life. All you got to do is fix your people, and the Lord's going to fight for you. The Lord will fight your battles. You're not going to have to live up an AK-47 and AR-15 and go air out a room of white supremacists. You ain't going to do it. You're not going to have to. You understand? That's the point I'm trying to have you understand. The revolutionary spirit is something that should be militant, but it's not going to be done by going to war with America. You're going to die. I'm telling you right now. They're going to hit you with some. They're going to hit you with a heart attack gun, and they're going to make you look like you had a heart attack.
Right.
What my guy told me one time, he was telling me this one. The CIA was doing a whole breakdown of the weapons that they had that was illegal and they shouldn't be using. One was a damn gun that they strapped to your arm to make you look like you forced yourself to commit suicide. I was just like, they did what now? I was like, he showed me the report, and I'm like, God, like, this is the people that they what the scriptures say. They're blessed with the sword. They're made to do this killing. They think of 1,000 ways to kill you when they sleep at night. That's why they were so efficient at wiping out the North American Indian. They were so efficient in destroying this world. Why? Because they think about killing nonstop. They think about destroying us nonstop. Why do you think all the tigers are damn near extinct? The lions.
Right.
Who else? What was it? The white rhino? Damn near like it is extinct now, right?
So like I said,
Platypus.
I saw a
Dodo bird.
report that there are only 25,000 lions left in the world. 25,000 left in the whole entire world.
I know the
so.
scripture I want next after this. Let's get to it. We got two more scriptures. Now y'all got me fired up now. Give me that scripture, my
It's like I said, I got this.
18 and 7.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 18 and verse 7.
Now before we get into this is a parable of Christ is speaking unto his disciples. He said, you know, there's a judge in the city. And the judge doesn't fear the Lord and doesn't give a damn about man. But there's a woman crying out in the street. She's saying, you know, hey, please help me judge them that did me wrong. Meaning what? Go kill them cats that did this vile thing against me.
Right.
Go murder them. Go do something to them. You're the judge in the street. You're the authority. Go do something. So the cat said, man, I don't fear God, so I don't give a damn about doing this. I don't fear people, so I don't give a damn about doing it for her. But he said, this woman's going to keep bothering me. This woman's going to keep crying out to me. This is all above, but we are skipping down. He's saying this woman's going to keep crying out, keep bothering me. I have to do something, or she going to keep bothering me. So This is what Christ compared it to. Compared what? Go.
And shall not God avenge his own elect?
And Christ said, well, if this woman cries out in the street and the man says, well, God damn, I'm going to go do something about it. The Lord is going to avenge his elect. The Lord is going to avenge us that suffered here in America for 500 years, that had to deal with the child molestations, that had to deal with the boarding schools, the Trail of Tears, Little Bighorn, all these battles and all this destruction that we had, Wounded Knee. He's going to avenge us for what our bloodshed had come here to America. He's going to avenge us for all the slavery, for all the destruction that fell upon our people in these years. Read.
Which cry day and night unto him. Which cry day and night.
And we cry day and night unto the Lord. You don't think the North American Indians were crying unto the Creator, to the Most High Power, that He do something when they was trying to throw them on a reservation?
Right.
You don't think they was crying out to the Lord that they don't die there in the Trail of Tears? You don't think they were crying out to the Lord that in the time of the colonization? Even nowadays, we still cry out to the Lord. When we get our shots, when we get shot back in the back of our necks at a traffic stop.
Right.
We cry out to the Lord. We crying day and night. Trayvon Martin cried day and night. Nat Turner, Geronimo, Sitting Bull, Emiliano Zapata. We cry out to the Lord day and night. So shall the Lord not avenge his own elect? Read.
Which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them.
Though he what?
He bear long with them.
This is what people always say. This is what ignorant people always say. People that don't want to be sinners and disgusting whoremongers and don't give a damn about the Lord. Well, if the Lord really did something or really loved us, how come he didn't do nothing about slavery? If God's real, how come he didn't do nothing? Why? Because he bear long with us.
Right.
The destruction that's coming for your oppressor is going to be greater than yours. Because at the end of it, there is going to be no Europeans left. There is going to be no, like the scripture saying in Isaiah, we're going to look at him and we're going to be like, damn, this is the man who made the world shake at his feet.
Right.
This is the man.
Right.
That's how we're going to be looking there with gold all around us. Platinum.
Right.
We're going to be looking good, stunning on these cats, my God. We're going to be looking at them like
this him?
This him? Right. This your man's? This the man right here?
Dude right there?
Over there? Cat over there picking cotton?
Right.
Damn. Your kid's gonna be looking at you like, hey man, y'all was worried about him. That cat don't. Okay, Pop, I hear you. You know he looked bad and mean and everything, but y'all couldn't take that.
Right.
That's the point.
Look at him.
The judgment that's coming from. Give me Revelations the 11th chapter. We're gonna end it there. Give me verse 8. This is what we gotta realize. The judgment is coming to America.
That's
judgment is coming. Why? Because the Lord loves blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians.
That's right.
He does not love your oppressor. He doesn't love the white man. He doesn't love the Chinese, who else? The Arabs, the East Indians. He doesn't love them. He loves the niggas. He loves the savages. He loves the spicks, the ones that this world has forgotten about and thrown away. The Lord loves.
That's right.
That's why what? The Lord said he's going to gather his people once again from all the four corners of the earth that they thrown us under. Why? Because only we've been thrown away. Only we've been thrown into slavery. Only they've forgotten about us. But the Lord has remembered us. The Lord heard our cries. We just read it. The Lord heard our cries and everything that we've been through in this place, man. So never think for 1 second your suffering has gone without. What? Well,
Yeah, come.
okay, all right, no sweat. As I was saying, man, this is where you gotta come to the realization of. Now, America is a damn hellhole. We suffered plenty of destruction here in America. We suffered for a long time, but like the scriptures say, he know he had but a short time.
That's right.
American empire ain't gonna last forever. I'll tell you, like every single empire is falling, so will America fall. We're gonna show you. Give me that. Start at verse 8.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8.
Go ahead.
And their dead bodies.
And their what?
Their dead bodies.
And their dead bodies. Go ahead.
Shall lie in the street.
Shall lie in the street. Isn't that what happens to the black, Hispanic, and North American Indian?
Damn right.
Our dead bodies lay in the streets. They laid underneath boarding schools, my
Right.
They laid in boarding schools. And no one gave a damn. They laid underneath all this concrete. You dig, we say it all the time at camp. You dig up all this concrete. All you're going to find is the bones of the North American Indians. All you're going to find is the bodies of the North American Indians and the Hispanics and the black men, women, and children that have died for America to be built upon their backs. That's all you're going to find. Their dead bodies shall lay in the city. Go ahead.
In the streets of the great city.
In the streets of the great city. What great city is this, Maya?
America. I mean, every great city, the great city is Chicago, New York, L.A., Dallas, Houston, Las Vegas, Nevada, Los Angeles,
Washington, D.C.,
Philadelphia,
right.
Delaware, where else were you? Any and every city across the face of it. London. We can go to London. We can go to Kingston. We can go to, I'm not familiar with the cities in Haiti, but any city in Haiti, Guatemala, Cuba, Puerto Rico, Argentina, Mexico. You know what I mean? Juarez, Mexico. How about the great city is Juarez. You know what I mean? How about that? Every city across this world. That's the great city.
Let's see how we know that Mayad's telling the truth. Read.
Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Why does the Lord compare the American empire to Sodom and Egypt? Because every wicked thing that went on in Sodom, all that homosexuality, all that disgusting sin against the Lord and defiance against his power goes on right here in America.
Right.
All the disgustingness that happened in Egypt happened right here in America.
That's
how you know? The ones who established this American empire, George Washington and all them, were Freemasons.
That's right.
They followed the mystery schools, which all followed back to ancient Egypt, followed after the Messianic teachings of Solomon, follows after all these false ideologies and religions, and joined them all together here in America. Not only that, the Lord said what? That he shall bring us out of Egypt again. And once it was said, the Lord shall no longer bring us out of Egypt, but he will bring us out of the land of the North country.
Right.
This is what? North America.
That's right.
We're going to be bring out of this hellhole, man, and justice is going to be brought unto us, man. For all the destruction and slavery we had to suffer in this place, man. And that's the justice and that judgment that's going to come for us. And it's not going to come with us burning churches. It's not going to come with us going Molotov cocktails, shooting white people. That's not how it's going to get done.
Right.
How it's going to get done is through this. Through us raising up niggas, spics, and savages, man.
Damn right.
And through that, the entire earth going to burn.
That's right.
Through that, America is going to be burned in a flame of fire.
That's right.
That's the only way you're going to be able to cleanse all this blood. Read.
Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where our Lord was crucified.
Also, our Lord was crucified. Well, why does it say that? Why does it say here in America we're crucified, Christ is crucified? Why? Because every time they put an LGBTQ community marches up and down the street, that's crucifying Christ. Every time the drug dealers sell crack on the corner, it's crucifying Christ. Right. Every time you go into the Christian church, the Muslim mosque, the Buddhist temple, whatever you are, as a black, Hispanic, or North American Indian, you are crucifying Christ all over again. Right. This is the place where Christ has been crucified. Why? Why as well? Because the Greeks and the Romans, the ones that put Christ to death, dwelt here. They're the ones killing his people once again. Drop down to verse 18.
The book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry.
The what?
The nations were angry.
And all these different nations were angry, man. The oppressors mad at you. Watch. When you go out on them street corners, you're going to see them be angry with you about the truth you're bringing to this street.
Right.
About waking up the dead, about bringing your people up. This ain't for them. All this information we bring out is for our people. But they come out, they always got something to say.
Right.
They always got something to say about what we're doing with our family. You understand? These is family matters. Stay out of it. The nations were angry. Go ahead.
Come. And thy wrath is come.
And the wrath of the Lord gonna come down. Go ahead.
And the time of the dead, that they should be judged.
And the time of the dead, which they should be judged, man. There's gonna be a time of the dead where all those that were dead on earth, they're gonna be judged for their crimes. Or you're gonna be judged for what you've done for. Go ahead.
And that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants and prophets.
The Lord's gonna give reward unto his servants and prophets. That's what we in here for.
That's right.
We in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Why? Because we want power. We want the authority. We want everything that Christ, Lord, allow we make it. Lord, allow I make it, man. Lord, allow may I make it. We want the reward and the riches that the Lord will be willing to bestow upon us. We want the 1,000 virgins, man.
Right.
We want the real. You know, they say that. What the Muslims say, that when you die, when you perform a suicide bombing, you're gonna get 1,000 virgins or something like that. We really gonna get it, and we're gonna have to strap no bomb to us. You understand? We're gonna get thousands of children. Everything Lord allow, we make it through. That's what we in it for, that the Lord may reward his servants, the prophets. Go ahead.
Khan. And to the saints.
And to the saints. Who are the saints? The Israelites. That the Lord may reward us. Reward us with what? The judgment that he's going to bring upon this place. And this is how you know he's talking about it. Go ahead.
And them that fear thy name.
And them that fear thy name. Meaning who? Us again. Us that fear the Lord's name. How do you know we fear the Lord's name here in America? We're not getting high. We're not performing in these homosexual parades and all this. We're not going to celebrate the 4th of July.
Right.
We're not with Christmas. We're not with all these different things. You're not going to see my woman dressed as a whore. You're not going to see me, letting niggas take her and, do what they want like niggas in the world do. But mine is mine. You understand? You're going to see us. We fear the Lord because you see the ways that we live. You see the things that we do in this place in a hellish society.
Right.
In a place where it's a hellhole, we bring the kingdom of heaven. Read.
Khan. Small and great. And shouldest destroy them.
Sure what?
Shouldest destroy them.
Sure what?
Shouldest destroy them.
The Lord's going to destroy somebody. Let's see who he's going to destroy. You now remember, we just read above.
Right.
That there's a place, a great city, where the dead bodies lay of his people. And no one cares about them. No one picks them up. They let their bodies rot underneath a boarding school.
Right.
So the Lord said, what? He shall what?
And shouldest destroy them.
Go ahead.
Which destroyed the earth.
He's going to destroy our oppressor. Why? Because he destroyed the North American.
Damn right.
Because he destroyed the black man, woman, and child.
Damn
right. Give the Lord a hand. He destroyed the North American Indian household, the black household, the Hispanic household. He made blacks and Hispanics hate each other.
Right.
He made the North American Indians and the Hispanics hate each other. He wiped out the tigers. He about to wipe out the lions. He wiped out the rhinos, the dodo bird, the damn platypus.
Right.
Every creature the Lord made, all these things, if it wasn't for Jesus Christ coming back to save the niggas, spicks, and wetbacks, we'd be extinct as well.
Damn right.
We'll be exterminated as well. That's the point. If Jesus Christ ain't coming back, we're screwed. But the good thing is, the gospel, the good news, is he's coming back.
That's right.
To destroy them.
That's right.
Which destroyed the earth.
That's
the
right.
one that turned this world upside down, Jesus Christ is coming back to turn it right side up.
Damn right.
With that, that's the last scripture.
Come.
Once again, shout out to the brother Officer 500 Mayad for coming out to join us out here at ISBK Reservations. Follow us on all our social medias. Like, subscribe. Let's get this work out there to all our brothers.